Everybody wants success. Everybody wants the body, the strength, the respect. But here's the truth. Wanting it means nothing without work ethic. Work ethic is what separates the talkers from the doers, the dreamers from the grinders, the average from the unstoppable. You can have talent, you can have potential, you can have opportunity, but if you don't have the discipline to wake up, show up, and give everything you've got, it all means nothing. Work ethic means you train when you don't feel like it. You push when your body says stop. You fight for one more rep, one more mile, one more set, not because it's easy, but because you refuse to settle. The weights don't care about your excuses. The grind doesn't care about your feelings. Results only respect hard work, sacrifice, and consistency. So stop talking, stop waiting, stop wishing. Develop the work ethic of a savage. Build the discipline of a warrior. Earn your strength every single day. And when life knocks you down, you don't stay there, you rise, you fight, you work. Because in the end, it's simple. You don't get what you want, you get what you work for. Work ethic separates the average from the unstoppable. Everybody wants success. Everybody dreams of strength, power, and greatness. But let's get one thing straight: dreams without work ethic are just fantasies. Work ethic is the dividing line between those who stay average and those who become unstoppable. You see, the gym doesn't care about your excuses, the weights don't care about your feelings, life doesn't care how bad you want something. The only language success understands is work. And not just any work: relentless, consistent, disciplined effort that refuses to back down no matter how heavy the load feels. The average person wants comfort. The unstoppable person is willing to step into pain. The average person waits for motivation. The unstoppable person acts regardless of how they feel. That's the difference. That's the separation line between the crowd and the few who rise above it. Work ethic is not glamorous. It's not Instagram posts or flashy highlight reels. It's not about showing the world what you're doing. True work ethic happens in silence, early mornings when no one is awake, late nights when everyone else is resting, and in those painful reps when nobody is watching. That's where greatness is forged. Think about it: every rep you skip, someone else is doing. Every day you take off, someone else is grinding. And when the moment of competition comes, when life tests you, when the world asks, did you prepare? The truth will be exposed. The grind always tells the truth. If you worked, it shows. If you slacked, it shows. Average people make excuses. They say, I don't have time. The unstoppable person makes time. Average people say, I'll start tomorrow. The unstoppable person starts today. Average people quit when it hurts. The unstoppable person embraces the pain because they know that's where growth begins. Work ethic is not about talent. It's not about genetics. It's not about luck. It's about choice. You choose to show up. You choose to put in the hours. You choose to sacrifice sleep, comfort, and excuses for progress. That's why someone with less talent, less natural ability, can rise above someone more gifted because they were willing to outwork them. Think of your fitness journey like building a fortress. Every workout is a brick. Every drop of sweat is the cement that holds it together. Some people build weak walls because they skip days, they take shortcuts, they lay bricks without care. But the unstoppable person, they build strong, unshakable walls day by day, rep by rep, and when storms come, when life hits hard, their fortress stands tall because it was built on work ethic. Understand this: work ethic is the ultimate equalizer. You might not control where you start, but you control how much effort you put in. You control whether you wake up or hit snooze. You control whether you finish strong or quit early. And over time, those decisions separate the average from the unstoppable. So, ask yourself, do you want to be average, comfortable, ordinary? Or do you want to be unstoppable, disciplined, relentless? The answer is not in your words. The answer is in your work. Work ethic is the bridge from where you are to where you want to be. Walk it every day and you'll discover that nothing can stop you. Discipline over feelings. If you only work when you feel like it, you'll never reach greatness. Feelings are unreliable. Feelings are temporary. They change with the weather, with your mood, with the circumstances of the day. But discipline is permanent. Discipline doesn't care about feelings. Discipline says, do it anyway. When your alarm goes off at 5 a.m., feelings tell you to stay in bed. Discipline says, get up and train. When you've already done 10 reps and your muscles are on fire, feelings say, that's enough. Discipline says, do 5 more. When you're tired after a long day, feelings say, rest, you've done enough. Discipline says, you haven't earned it yet. That's why discipline is the foundation of a strong work ethic. It's easy to show up when you feel motivated, when energy is high, when everything is going your way. But discipline demands you show up on the days when nothing feels right, when your body is heavy, when your mind is full of excuses. Those are the days that define you. Motivation is like a spark. It's hot, it's exciting, but it fades quickly. Discipline is like a furnace. It keeps burning, steady and unshakable, fueling you day after day. You don't build a strong body or a strong mind with sparks. You build it with a fire that never dies out, and that fire is discipline. Think of it like this. Your muscles don't grow when you do what feels comfortable. They grow when you push past the limit. The same applies to your mindset. Discipline stretches you beyond what you think is possible. It teaches you that your limits are not fixed. They're just self-imposed walls that can be broken down 1 rep, 1 set, 1 disciplined choice at a time. Feelings make you weak. They whisper lies like, you've worked hard enough, or it's okay to skip today. But discipline makes you strong. It doesn't negotiate. It doesn't bargain. It doesn't bend under pressure. Discipline says, I don't care how you feel. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you're sore. Do the work. And here's the truth. The more you practice discipline, the stronger it becomes. Every time you ignore your feelings and act on discipline, you build mental muscle. Just like lifting weights, it gets easier the more you do it. Eventually, discipline becomes part of your identity. You no longer ask, should I train today? The answer is always yes. It's not up for debate. Discipline is what keeps you consistent, and consistency is what transforms your body, your mind, and your life. You can't get in shape by going to the gym once in a while. You can't master your mind by practicing mental toughness only when it's convenient. You must show up daily, relentlessly, no matter what. That's how champions are made. So stop relying on feelings. They will betray you. Rely on discipline. Build a system. Build a routine. Build habits that lock you into progress, whether you feel like it or not. And every time you act with discipline, you're sending a message to yourself. I am in control. Not my feelings, not my excuses me. Remember this. Discipline is freedom. It's the freedom to know that no matter what happens, you can depend on yourself. It's the freedom to build the life you want instead of being controlled by temporary emotions. And when you live with discipline, you unlock a level of strength that feelings could never give you. 1 more rep, 1 more mile, 1 more set. Greatness is built in the moment when you think you're finished, but you choose to go again. It's not the first rep that defines you, not the first mile, not the first set. Anybody can start strong. The true test comes when you're exhausted, when your muscles scream, when your lungs burn, when your mind tells you, stop, you can't go any further. That's the moment where champions are made. That's the moment where you dig deep and say, 1 more. 1 more rep, 1 more mile, 1 more set. That's the difference between staying the same and transforming yourself. Every time you push beyond the point where your body wants to quit, you're sending a message to your mind, I am stronger than I thought. I am not done yet. Think about it. If you always stop at the first sign of pain, you'll never know your true capacity. Most people quit at 40% of what they're capable of. Their body says, I'm tired, and they listen. Their mind says, that's enough, and they obey. But the reality is, you've got so much more left in the tank. Your body can go further. Your mind can endure more. You just have to decide to fight for it. That one extra rep isn't just physical, it's mental. It's a declaration. It's proof that you won't settle. When you do one more, you're building not just muscle, but resilience, grit, and mental toughness. And that toughness doesn't just stay in the gym. It follows you into life. When challenges hit, when obstacles rise, when life feels too heavy, you'll remember that you've trained yourself to push beyond limits. You'll remember that you can always do more than you think. Most people are comfortable with just enough reps to feel the burn, just enough miles to break a sweat, just enough effort to say they showed up, but just enough doesn't change you, just enough doesn't build strength, just enough leaves you average. If you want to separate yourself from the rest, you must live in the land of one more. One more rep when your arms are shaking, one more mile when your legs are heavy, one more set when your body begs you to quit. That's where the growth happens. That's where the transformation begins. That's where you stop being average and become unstoppable. And here's the beauty, that one more compounds. One more rep today turns into hundreds over time. One more mile today turns into thousands of extra steps across the year. One more set today stacks into the kind of progress that shocks people months down the line. Greatness isn't built overnight. It's built in those tiny, painful, relentless decisions to keep going when most people stop. When you train yourself to always give one more, you create a mindset that never accepts defeat. Imagine carrying that into every area of your life: exams, business, relationships, personal goals. When others give up, you'll still be grinding. When others quit at good enough, you'll rise to outstanding, all because you built the habit of one more. So next time you're in the gym and you feel like you've hit your limit, don't rack the weight yet. Don't step off the treadmill yet. Don't throw in the towel. Instead, smile at the pain and whisper to yourself, one more. That one more might hurt. It might feel impossible, but that's exactly why you must do it. Because in that struggle, in that discomfort, you're becoming someone new, someone stronger, someone unstoppable. Remember this, champions aren't born, they're built rep by rep, mile by mile, set by set. And the secret ingredient is always the same: one more. Excuses don't build results. Excuses are easy. They're everywhere. They're comfortable. They're convenient. They make you feel justified. But here's the truth. Excuses don't build results. Excuses don't change your body. Excuses don't make you stronger. Excuses don't get you closer to your goals. They only keep you stuck where you are. Everybody has an excuse. I don't have time. I'm too tired. The gym is too far. My genetics aren't good. It's too hard. These excuses are the chains that keep people average. They talk about what they could have done, what they would have done, what they should have done, but in the end, all they have is regret. Because excuses might make you feel better in the moment, but they rob you of the results you could have had. Think about it, the weights don't care about your excuses. The barbell doesn't care if you had a long day. The treadmill doesn't care if you're tired. The only thing that produces results is effort, consistency, and sacrifice. Excuses are noise. Effort is action, and only action builds results. The truth is, every person who's ever achieved greatness had every reason to quit. They had obstacles, they had challenges, they had pain, but they refused to let excuses dictate their destiny. Instead of saying, I don't have time, they made time. Instead of saying, I'm tired, they pushed anyway. Instead of saying, it's too hard, they embraced the grind, and that's why they succeeded where others failed. Excuses are lies you tell yourself to feel comfortable, but comfort is the enemy of growth. You don't grow in comfort. You don't get stronger sitting on the couch. You don't change by talking about what you'll do tomorrow. Growth only comes when you face the discomfort, when you reject excuses, and when you do the work anyway. Ask yourself this: where have excuses been holding you back? How many times have you said, I'll start next week? and next week never comes? How many workouts have you skipped because you were too busy scrolling on your phone or watching TV? How many opportunities have you let slip because you listened to excuses instead of taking action? Now, imagine if you had ignored those excuses. Imagine if you had trained anyway, if you had pushed through anyway, if you had taken action instead of waiting. Where would you be right now? Stronger, faster, leaner, more confident, more disciplined? That's the difference. Excuses are the gap between where you are and where you could be. But here's the good news. You have the power to kill excuses right now. It's a decision. You don't have to wait. The moment you stop giving power to excuses is the moment you take power back. The moment you say, no more. I'm done with the lies. I'm done with the reasons. I'm done with the comfort. That's the moment everything changes. Because once you cut off excuses, all that's left is action, and action builds results. Action builds strength. Action builds confidence. Every workout completed, every rep pushed, every mile run, that's progress. And progress beats perfection every single time. So the next time your mind tries to hand you an excuse, reject it. When it says you don't have time, remind yourself that you make time for what matters. When it says you're too tired, remind yourself that training will give you more energy, not less. When it says it's too hard, remind yourself that hard is where growth happens. You can live with excuses, or you can live with results. But you cannot have both. Choose results, choose effort, choose consistency. Because at the end of the day, excuses will leave you with nothing, but effort will give you everything. Sacrifice and consistency are non-negotiable if you want to achieve anything great in fitness, in life, in your goals. You must understand this truth. Sacrifice and consistency are non-negotiable. They are the foundation of everything. Without them, dreams collapse. With them, dreams come alive. Everybody wants the body. Everybody wants the strength. Everybody wants the results. But not everyone is willing to sacrifice for it. Not everyone is willing to stay consistent when the excitement fades, and that's why most people fail. They think they can have greatness on their terms. But greatness has a price, and the currency is sacrifice and consistency. Let's talk about sacrifice first. Sacrifice means giving up comfort for growth. It means choosing early mornings over sleeping in. It means choosing training over Netflix. It means skipping the junk food when everyone else is indulging. Sacrifice isn't easy, that's why it's called a sacrifice, but without it, you stay the same. Progress demands trade-offs. If you aren't willing to give something up, you'll never gain what you want. You have to ask yourself, what am I willing to give up to reach my goal? Because you can't keep your bad habits and expect new results. You can't live in comfort and expect transformation. The body, the discipline, the strength you want, it's on the other side of sacrifice. Now, let's talk about consistency. Consistency is the twin brother of sacrifice. You can sacrifice for a day, a week, even a month, but if you're not consistent, it doesn't matter. Fitness is not about what you do occasionally. It's about what you do relentlessly, over and over, even when it's boring, even when it's inconvenient, even when no one is watching. Consistency means showing up every day. It means training when you don't feel like it. It means following the plan even when motivation is gone, because motivation will fade, inspiration will fade, but consistency keeps you moving forward when emotions can't be trusted. Think about it. The strongest, fittest, most disciplined people aren't the ones who had the most motivation. They are the ones who were consistent. They didn't let missed workouts pile up. They didn't let bad days turn into bad weeks. They kept showing up day after day, stacking small wins that turned into massive results. Sacrifice gets you started. Consistency gets you finished. Without sacrifice, you never begin. Without consistency, you never arrive. Together, they create momentum that cannot be stopped. And yes, it will be hard. It will be uncomfortable. You'll miss out on things. You'll have days where you want to quit. You'll wonder if it's worth it. That's when you must remind yourself, Nothing great is built without sacrifice. Nothing lasting is built without consistency. Ask yourself, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to trade short-term comfort for long-term greatness? Are you willing to stay consistent when no one is clapping, when no one notices, when progress feels slow? Because that's the test, that's the grind, that's where champions are forged. Here's the truth: the results you want are not a mystery. They are not random. They are the product of sacrifice and consistency. Do the work every day without excuses, and the results are inevitable. Stop doing the work, make excuses, skip the consistency, and failure is inevitable. So burn this into your mind. Sacrifice what you must. Stay consistent no matter what. It's not optional. It's not negotiable. It's the law of greatness. At the end of the day, you won't regret the sacrifices. You won't regret the consistency. What you'll regret is quitting. What you'll regret is giving up when it got hard. What you'll regret is knowing you could have been more but settled for less. So choose sacrifice. Choose consistency. Choose greatness. Because those who pay the price today leave the reward tomorrow. The unshakable power of work ethic at the end of the day. All the motivational speeches, all the workout plans, all the advice in the world boil down to one truth: your work ethic will decide everything. Not luck, not talent, not circumstances, your work ethic. Work ethic is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter where you started. It doesn't matter how much money you have, what your genetics look like, or how many people doubt you. If you outwork everyone else, if you show up day after day, if you grind when others quit, you will separate yourself. You will rise. You will dominate. The gym is the perfect mirror of life. It doesn't lie. It doesn't cheat. It doesn't give handouts. It gives back exactly what you put in. You skip workouts. You get weakness. You cut corners. You stay average. You put in the work. You earn strength. You build discipline. You transform. That's the law, and there's no way around it. But here's what separates the ones who succeed from the ones who stay stuck. They understand that work ethic is not about doing something once or twice. It's not about a burst of motivation. It's about a relentless lifestyle. It's about doing the work every single day, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the circumstances. Rain, shine, tired, sore, busy, it doesn't matter. The work gets done. Period. You have to make a decision. Do you want to be like everyone else, giving half effort, making excuses, and settling for mediocrity? Or do you want to be the rare one, the savage, the disciplined machine who refuses to stop until the job is done? That decision is in your hands, and it will be written in your work ethic. There will be days where it feels like nothing is happening. You'll train and look in the mirror and wonder if it's even worth it. That's when you must remind yourself the results are coming, but only for those who stay consistent. Every rep is a brick. Every workout is a stone, and over time, you're building a fortress of strength, discipline, and greatness. Most people quit before the wall is finished, but if you keep stacking bricks, if you keep showing up, your wall will stand tall while theirs crumbles. Work ethic is not glamorous, it's not loud, it's not always exciting. It's early mornings, it's late nights, it's sweat, pain, and sacrifice, but it is also freedom. Because the one who has work ethic doesn't need motivation. They don't wait for the perfect time. They don't care what others think. They move forward no matter what, and that freedom, that self-respect, that pride in knowing you never quit, that is priceless. So here's the final truth: stop waiting, stop making excuses, stop hoping for shortcuts. They don't exist. Decide today to embrace the grind, to respect the process, and to live with a work ethic so powerful that nothing and no one can stop you. Because in the end, the weights won't remember your excuses. The mirror won't show your intentions. Your body won't reflect your dreams. It will only show the work you put in. So put in the work, build the discipline, leave the grind, and when the world looks at you, let them see the result of a relentless work ethic, unshakable, undeniable, unstoppable. That's how you win. That's how you rise. That's how you build greatness.